zero if I could.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Zero If I Could. My name is Raul Zambrano,
I'm Brittany Hersbrand.
I'm Jake Disharoon.
and welcome to God damn it.
Welcome again,
I
guys.
forgot, No, I forgot that I like to do the little synopsis of the podcast during the intro. So give me
And no, we're keeping this in.
Yeah,
No.
to
If
be
you just
fair,
tuned in, welcome back to the show. If you skipped the first 12 seconds. But what were you saying, Raul? What's the name of the podcast?
It's Zero If I Could, where comedians discuss absurd reviews. There we go.
That's right.
to be fair, I almost forgot that I was supposed to say my name when you paused. So it's just been a long time.
You were like, yeah, go on.
I finished. Well, probably because Raul messed it up and he didn't give his full thing. So maybe it's not my fault.
Right, I threw you off your rhythm.
So Jake, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you watch Malignant like today.
Okay. Wow. Strong review.
Yeah. So I was really excited to see it because everyone had said how bad it was.
Sure.
And then somebody told me it was hilarious. So I was like, okay. But I still had horror is so subjective. And I had weird expectations because it has pretty high reviews actually. But it's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Wow.
Probably not, but it was so funny. Like I was legitimately laughing out loud the whole time. I don't know if Raul and I were annoying like the other two people that were in there because they were not
Probably.
laughing.
No, which was weird because it's so clearly like funny. Like, I mean, it's funny in a because there's a lot of movies that are so bad that it's funny, but this one was just somewhere in the sweet spot where it was like it's bad, but they're kind of aware about it. It was like done on purpose, but it's also very funny, but it's still kind of scary, you know? And so
I
it was
couldn't
good.
100% tell if they were aware that it was funny. Like I could not. You think because a 95% of me thinks that they were trying to be funny, but there's 5% of me where I'm like, it's James Wan. He makes a lot of horror movies. He's never done a horror movie that was like cheesy and funny before. So I don't know.
I think they're going for like an old school 80s horror vibe,
It was great.
you know? Yeah, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I did very much enjoy it. And so, and I definitely thought that it was going to be worse than it was based on all the reviews and whatever. You know, I think just people just hate horror movies. And
Yes. There's
Yeah.
a really cool cover of Where Is My Mind throughout the whole.
it's just such a weird. Also, like even the way that they did it, it's supposed to be like this is the creepy version of Where Is My Mind, and it's like still doesn't fit the tone of the movie, which makes it still funnier. I think they were just trying to do that same thing in what is it from the movie Us, where they kind of made what was that song, and they kind of mixed it up as a creepy version of it.
Oh no, that's at the beginning.
Yeah, no, that is the one because they had the little
Dun,
piano
dun.
part. But the point being that they kind of think they were trying to go for that type of thing, and it just didn't really work out.
Oh, I think it worked really well.
Really, I don't think it fit the tone of the movie at all. I was like, the whole time I'm thinking like, why are they playing "Where Is My Mind"?
But Raul told me a fact after that I will not spoil for you that scared me. But I had to pee really bad the entire movie, but I didn't want to miss anything. So as soon as it was over, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. But it was a late showing. And then Raul told me something as soon as we left the theater. And then I got scared so that I didn't go to the bathroom because I was like, it's going to be like one of those giant bathrooms at a movie theater. And I'm going to be the only one in there. And then so I got too scared and I held it till we got home.
The fact that he told you scared you, but the movie was not scary.
Right.
Was the fact related to the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can't wait to hear this fact as soon as I'm done watching it, which I'm going to start doing right now.
Yeah.
Tab out because I have nothing to contribute to this episode unless I watch the movie, clearly.
Oh, the
So we'll
movie's
do that.
going to be way funnier than this episode. It starts off real hot. I was laughing right away throughout the whole, laughing harder than a lot of comedies, to be honest.
Okay, I got to check out this film.
Yes, please do.
That was our review minute where we review something. I guess.
I mean, it's been so I don't even know how to talk to
5
you guys
stars. Well, let's catch up. What have you guys been up to?
We're going to Vegas tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Thanks for the invite.
We had mentioned it in the chat, I think.
Okay.
Didn't we?
I think we did.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me, Raul, Ricky, and Caitlin are going, so.
Yeah. So we definitely
I'm just kidding.
They-
Just kidding.
For the listeners, we have a group chat with all those people.
With the 5 of us, them plus me. So yeah, I would have been a little insulted if it was everybody but me.
No, it's
Where-
just us and Braxton.
Okay. That's
And
cool.
we're
Are you
having trouble deciding what we're gonna do tomorrow because we had been like, okay, we're gonna go to this, go watch, the game at a bar or something.
Well, we're still
And
doing that.
yeah. Well, yeah, right. But then we were like, oh, maybe we should go see a magic show. And then maybe like, oh, we'll go see the Jabwalkies, and that got canceled. Also,
Yeah.
the magic show was Brittany's idea, so
It was-
she gave me a look
Well,
like,
because
Well, you made a face. Brittany made a face when you said magic show that made me think, oh, she does not want to do that at all.
I made
she
a
was
face
the one
because
who literally.
I did.
suggested
I
it.
did, but I made the face because we had like 3. Like I was like, I didn't know why he was bringing that part up first because it's the least of like what we wanted to
Bottom of
do.
the priorities.
Well, I just said because we're staying at the Link, and I was looking up the shows that are at the Link, and I was like, I was just trying to be nice. I was like, hey, Raul, I know you had mentioned Matt Franco before, that magician from America's Got Talent. He's at the Link, and he has really cheap tickets. I mean, I'm not saying that that's saying anything about the quality of his show, but I would also like to get the taste of Penn and Teller out of my mouth. So maybe seeing like a cooler illusionist.
Okay, that was
would
almost
make-
2 years ago at this point. But go on. Sorry.
Yeah, but the only day he has a performance is tomorrow at 7. But I want to watch the Monday Night Football game. So yeah.
I see. Okay, so number 1 priority is Jabberwockies, but that's canceled.
Yeah, they canceled several shows. So they're not going to be performing while we're there. So that's sad. And Raul and I had this whole plan that when they went to pull me up on stage.
When?
Yes, because they pulled, last time we were there, they pulled 3 people from the audience. So this time I was like, ugh, I just, when you don't want something to happen so much, it's like, it's going to happen.
Oh, like they can sense this lady does not want to come on stage. That's what'll make it fun. She's coming on.
Yeah. So I was like, Raul, if they try to pull my arm up, I'm going to be like, no. And then Raul's just going to stand up right away and go for me because they're not going to be like, sit down, sir,
He'll volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, as tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
He would fucking like it too. Like he'd
Oh,
be like, oh,
absolutely.
no.
Well, I'm a phenomenal dancer, so
Mhm.
they're gonna ask me to join the Jabberwockies after they see what I can offer them.
Wow.
You know?
It's possible. Yeah. I also said, like, if that didn't work, I would look at them and say, I will sue you.
Do not touch me. This is assault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hands off.
Just because the stuff that they had them do last time, I don't think I could have done it. Like one guy, they actually made him dance. And then he somehow knew how to do the worm, which was really cool. I don't know how to do the worm. So what would I even do?
You sure he wasn't a plant?
I'm sure because my friend has gone to Vegas before and like to a show that I've seen, and I thought they were all plants, but he was like, no, they pulled me up into the audience. So I think it was just a normal person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we read that review about that lady who got pulled up, right? And she said they like sexually harassed her because it
Yeah.
was like kind of like a striptease thing.
Yeah, that's what I
was
was gonna
that-
say with your threats of lawsuit is
Yeah.
that, I mean, we've read reviews for this show and it seems like it happens every once in a while.
That's why I know it would work for me to say that.
It does seem like you could sue them if they pressure you to come on stage and then sexually harass you in front of 1,000 people. That seems like, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so what do I know? But it seems like that's something you could get a little cash for. So maybe it's worth it.
You also
Yeah.
might be giving Jabberwockies like a little too much credit. I think it's like 500 maximum for
500.
people that in the audience.
Oh yeah,
Is it
it's
1,000?
a small theater.
Yeah.
It's very intimate. You feel like you're really there with them.
Well, you are.
and you are. And
Yeah.
a lot of
Physically
times they
there
will
with
pull
them.
you up, and you're actually
That's
part of the team.
you couldn't be more physically with them. You're in the same room.
I'm sure that they actually have a thing where, like, if somebody is like, no, I really don't want to, they don't force you. But I just have it in my head because of at my birthday, or like in real life when people try and force you to dance, they're very, 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 very persistent about it. So yeah, I was having
Yeah.
a lot of anxiety, and I'm kind of glad they're not there, even though I really wanted to see that.
It would be very fun to see if like you could ruin the show by being so insistent on no. Like you just sit down with your arms folded and they're like, come on. And they just, that's just the rest of the shows. They'd be like, no, really, everybody cheer. Come on, get her up here. And you're just like, no.
Just for 40 minutes.
No.
I think that I really wouldn't.
I
I
100% would not. There is
Yeah.
nothing they could do. But yeah, because it seems like they're not used to people being that firm in their nose. Because a lot of people, I bet, are like, "Oh no, I couldn't," but they actually want to do it. And they're
Yeah.
just like they need a little encouragement.
I think it would actually be like my birthday, to where I would say no, no, no for like over a minute, and then finally be like, well, okay, I guess. But like for a very long time, I would say no.
I've never understood like trying to pressure somebody to do something like that. I mean, you know, you can do the come on, you can do that like maybe 10 seconds. But if somebody's like, no, I legitimately don't want to do this, I'm not being cute.
Mhm.
I don't understand the desire in the head of the other person to be like, hey, I don't give a shit if you actually want to do it.
Because
I know
it's like
your birthday, so I'm going to make you uncomfortable by forcing you to do this.
Because
That's my
those
present to
people
me.
think it's like very fun. You know, it's like I know you're shy, but everybody loves dancing. And once you do it, you're truly going to have the best time. Like that's what
Mhm.
they think.
This reminds me of the time when we used to try to peer pressure Jake into drinking, and he was.
That's
not a
what it
good
was
drinker.
reminding me of too, actually, when we would all play like Rage Cage or Chandelier or whatever.
Yeah, and you know, at the time, Jake was not a big drinker, or really
No, he
drank
didn't
at
drink
all.
at all.
At all.
Mhm.
And you know, I think drinking's fun. So I'm like, what's one shot or whatever.
Well-
or and Jake was
Yeah.
not.
How did that go?
There was no fucking making him. He was very committed to saying no. And
There was no making him, but there was tricking him one time, wasn't there?
I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
it wasn't
that-
me. I don't even remember who did that.
It wasn't me. I knew about it, but I
Right.
didn't
I don't
do
remember
it.
whose idea that was, though.
I could.
Was it my
I could.
idea? I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know. But we were
Yeah,
playing.
but so eventually, what happened is that someone, instead of water, had poured. I
Well, no.
believe- Okay, do you
We
remember?
were playing. I think it was beer pong, but instead of beer, I was drinking Red Bull, and someone sneakily poured a shot of vodka into my Red Bull while the game was going on, and then when I drank it, I was drinking a shot of vodka. But the taste and smell of Red Bull is so overpowering, I didn't even notice.
I remember it being maybe it was Flip Cup and you like left the room or something, because I knew
It
it was
was something
something where it was like it was guaranteed you were going to drink that cup. And I remember feeling actually really bad because the whole time I was like making like the most obvious like faces,
mean-
like where I was like, and then you did it and you had no reaction, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Jake's an alcoholic.
I don't. I barely remember that. I don't remember who did it, but I do think, yeah, that is pretty morally questionable.
It's really fucked up.
When
And
someone's- I'm not an alcoholic. I wasn't not drinking for some like health purpose or something like that. But what if I was?
yeah,
And what if I didn't want to talk about it? Then that kind of fucked up, right?
I think it's really wrong. And if I wasn't like 20, for sure now I
Sure.
would have never let that happen. But
Yeah,
to-
no ill will towards that. It was a very long time ago. We were kids. We didn't
To-
know nothing.
to be fair though, you had like a lot going against you because you like wouldn't drink, you were a vegetarian, you were it's like you were always just so. I can understand why somebody wanted to do that to you.
Sure, I get it. But
They're
yeah,
It's better than if they like put some meat in your shit. I think for sure if that happened at the time, I would have been like, fuck no, you cannot do that.
I would have definitely been more upset about that. Because
Yeah.
me not drinking was not like,
A
it was just
more-
like, I don't feel like drinking at that point in my life. I was like, I don't really want to. But yeah, being a vegetarian is like a multi-decade long life choice that I've been making for a long time.
Yeah.
For someone to knowingly sneak meat into something, it's like, that's pretty fucked up, and I will never trust you again.
Yeah.
But
And you
that's never
could get
happened as
really
far as I know.
well, I think you would get sick, probably.
Yes, the times that I have accidentally eaten meat, it did make me sick.
My one of my good friend's sisters, she was a vegetarian for years and years and years and years, and then she decided to try a Big Mac, and she had to go to the hospital.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're really jumping in with both feet.
I
going for
know.
a Big Mac.
I'm like, some just people who eat meat probably feel like going to a hospital after eating a Big Mac. So
That's such an odd choice after being a vegetarian for so long. Like, you don't want to get something nice, something good.
maybe that's like the one
Get a
thing they really
steak.
missed or something.
Jake, you know what? We were being rude and we didn't ask you. What have you been up to?
Oh yeah.
What's new with you?
Oh, I know what Jake's been doing. I'm
Okay.
just kidding, Jake. But I do.
No, well, now what hit me?
Well, I was just gonna say you're moving back to San Diego, and then you're moving to
True.
Portland.
That's
And-
true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that counts as what I'm up to since it hasn't happened yet, but it is true that by the end of this month, I will be living in San Diego with my parents for like 3 or 4 months. And then after that, I'm going to be moving to PDX, they call it.
You're moving to the airport.
I'm moving to the Portland airport.
So, what made you decide Portland? Why were you like, that's where I want to be?
Well, I really, really wanted to be roommates with Caitlin Kilgallen.
Mm.
So
That makes sense.
it seemed like the most effective way of accomplishing that. No, I've been there multiple times. We've been there together several times, and I like it a lot. It's a very cool city. I like that it's compared to LA, it's very cold, which right up my alley. I hate the heat. And rent is cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than Southern California. And, you know, when the climate apocalypse comes, it's further from the coast. So got that going for it.
It's
So
true.
a lot of good reasons.
Yeah.
And it's the strip club capital of the world, Jake. You
That-
forgot that part.
That is true. And, you
And I know how much of a hound you are.
yeah. When I do my once every 6-year visit to a strip club, I'm going to be in hog heaven.
That might be about how often I go to strip clubs, honestly.
I think I've been maybe 4 times over the course of my life.
I've definitely
maybe.
been more than that, but it's sporadic. They're spread out. Last time I was in Portland, we went to this strip club, and it was like the worst strip club I've ever been to. It was like a tiny dive bar, very small, one pole, and it was like a Tuesday night. I think it was like it's called like Pirates something.
Is it a male strip club?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it was just one girl dancing, and then the female restroom, you have to walk through the area where the strippers get dressed and stuff, because it's just like their bathroom too, where they're like little
Sure.
lounges. It was
You have to walk by 10 nude women to get to the bathroom.
yeah. Well, no, there's one working because there's one.
Oh,
pole,
right.
And
There's
she
nobody
was
there.
just
So
yeah, and then she's literally just having actual conversations with you because the place is so small. But it's kind of like bars, like the shittier the better for me. Like I prefer
Mhm.
that. So
yeah, that's a lot more intimate. It's like you're really there with them.
yes, it's like you're really there with them. Exactly.
Yeah, the worst strip club I ever went to was in TJ. The only thing I really remember about it is this woman walking on stage in just a thong. Like, she didn't get naked on stage like you often see. She was just already in a thong, had no interest in anything that was happening, and the song Higher by Creed was playing.
That's awesome.
And that's what she was dancing to. And everybody was just kind of like, this is not really, what are we doing here?
I think that would be like my favorite strip club experience. That's so pretty.
It's definitely up there. I mean, I've been to like better strip clubs and I don't give a shit about that, but that is memorable. It's the Creed song playing.
Can you take me higher?
Yeah, that's it.
What would be your strip club song, Brittany? Like say, would it be a Blink-182
Probably.
song?
Or it could be With Arms Wide Open by Creed.
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel like when you said that, I did like Blink-182 popped into my head, but I couldn't think of a song. So maybe like I feel like Dashboard is more romantic, though, you know. So maybe something by Dashboard Confessional where he's like screaming a lot.
And you're just crying on the pole.
Yeah, I don't know. What would your guys strip club?
You just play the audio to the series finale of 6 Feet Under while you're on the stage. Oh my gosh, she's tearing up right now.
I really can't listen to that song without starting to cry because it's so like. I used to have it downloaded onto my iPod. And whenever it came on, I had to skip it. I don't even know why I downloaded that song.
Why did you put it on if you're like so?
Yeah. The song is Breathe Me by Sia. People know that song. So
I'll have to check it out.
So yeah.
Be sad.
You won't be sad without the context, even though I guess it's a sad song in and of itself, but whatever. What would your guys' songs be? Raul, probably something by like Evanescence.
Oh, that's an idea. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, would it be
Wake Me Up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the classic, you know.
That's the only song of theirs I've ever heard in my life. So.
No, there's My Immortal.
Isn't that My Immortal?
No. My Immortal is their second single. The first one is Wake Me Up. I think that's actually what it's called.
And then when they do the Wake Me Up part, you could do the part where you slap your heels on the stage.
Oh yeah, you're laying on your back and you go boom.
Right. Boom.
Yeah.
Very sexy, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens.
All right, Jake.
Probably Raining Blood by Slayer.
Okay.
Can you sing me a little of it?
Sing it, yeah.
I really can't. But all right, what song?
Okay, you don't even have to be embarrassed, Jake. You can.
I don't even know what song I would actually do, because most of the songs, a lot of the songs that I like are either too cheesy or too sad, like Phoebe Bridgers or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we should just open a emo strip club.
Oh my god.
There
it is.
Well, Jake, we were talking about this yesterday because they had a preview for a movie that had the Insane Clown Posse in it. Mm-hmm. And do you know any of their songs?
I remember their song that was a huge hit about magnets that became like kind of a meme. Or it's not about magnets, but there's a line about magnets. How do they work?
Would I know it? Like I feel like, do I know a song by them? You don't think?
Yeah, the only reason I know that is because of the meme. I've never, I can't even think what song.
I don't know what the chorus is or anything like that. It was just that one line that got popular because it was so stupid. I definitely don't know the chorus or the hook to any ICP songs. I doubt. I mean, maybe I do, and I just don't associate it with them. But probably.
I mean,
not.
You call them ICP, so I feel like.
I mean, Insane Clown Posse is too long of a name. I'm not going to say all that.
Well,
one thing I do know about them is that they have this like pseudo religion built around them, where when you die, you go to an afterlife called the Dark Carnival.
Oh,
that's all I know about it, but I think that's extremely cool.
Well, I thought it was maybe something like where like Hall & Oates. Like I definitely know a couple songs by them, but then I'm like, oh, I actually know like 15 songs by them. I just didn't realize it was Hall & Oates. And so I thought maybe Insane Clown Posse was maybe like that.
I doubt it. I mean, I don't know them at all, so I'm the wrong person to ask. But
what genre of rock are they?
They're rappers.
Raul said they were clown rock.
No, well, okay. Well, I feel like the rappers in the same way that Limp Bizkit was a rapper. Yeah.
Well, Limp Bizkit's a band. Fred Durst would be the
technically.
rapper.
Right. But I'm saying they're a rapper in the same way that Fred Durst is.
I didn't
I
even
would-
know that.
I mean, they're like rap rock, I guess.
Rap
Yeah.
rock? No.
Insane Clown Posse, often abbreviated ICP, is an American hip hop duo.
That's
What?
From Wikipedia.
Also, there's only two
Composed
of
of
them.
Violent J and
It
Shaggy
seems
2
like there's
Violent-
like 7 of them.
Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. Those are the two guys.
Do you know why their followers are called juggalos?
I don't know where that came from now.
Okay. Good. Raul thought maybe because clowns juggle. So he thought they were clown rock and because clowns juggle.
Yeah, they. I
Also,
mean,
uh-huh.
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say.
I was just gonna say that I said clown rock as a bit, but I think they're new metal. But also, to be fair, I can't even think of a single song by them. So it's possible I've never even heard them, but I'm just going strictly by what they look like.
I know you said it as a bit, and I know you said the juggling thing as a bit, and you say that you can't do improv, but those were two really great things you just
Sure.
pulled out
Sure,
yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, improv is basically just lying. So you nailed it.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I have heard some amount of ICP.
Stop calling it ICP.
I'm not gonna say Insane Clown Posse every
I-
time. That's
but
too
it-
long.
Just seems like you're like, yeah, they're my
Oh,
boys.
well, to be fair, Jake would look like okay. Imagine Jake with clown makeup.
Yeah, I know. I can. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I would look great. There's no denying.
You would look
but-
amazing in clown makeup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely heard some of their music, and I am pretty sure it's just rap. Like maybe there's some rock elements, some new metal elements, but it's not. They're not like a metal band. They're not a
I
rock
would
band.
not have thought that. I thought they were like something you guys would have listened to in high school when you guys had your long hair and stuff.
No.
I have one more
I don't know.
question. Is their following, are Juggalos like nice? Is the band like nice and funny? Or are they kind of like when parents were like, oh, Marilyn Manson's evil, and turns out they were right. But then are like Juggalos, are they supposed to be like scary and mean? Like what's the deal
Well, they're
with
supposed to be
them?
like I think they're supposed to be like outcasts that are misunderstood. You know.
Well, yes.
Nail it.
I don't know. I've never met anybody who was a juggalo, or at least admitted to being a juggalo. But the only thing that I remember juggalos actually doing is the Insane Clown Posse has this. I didn't say ICP that time. They have this
yeah.
festival called Gathering of the Juggalos, and one time Tila Tequila
Oh
was
God.
there. I don't know what she was doing. She doesn't make music or anything, but she was like on stage and they booed her off stage.
That
which-
seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, she is like a Nazi now, so that's
Yeah.
good. But I don't know if that's why they were doing it or what, but I don't know. I think they're probably safe.
It's funny because you said the only thing I know about ICP, and then you've known like 5 different facts about them.
No, the only song of theirs that
Oh.
I like have in my brain is that song, which I think is
Okay.
just called Homies or something.
Well, I remember also like Brian Posehn had like this whole story about him performing at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and he goes on stage and he's like, "Oh, I haven't smoked weed in like 5 years," and everyone boo, and then started cheering when someone brought him a bong to the stage and like demanded, and he was like, "No, please respect my decision," and they were like, "Nah," and they handed him the bong and like this big ass bong and lit it for him, but he said he just like didn't inhale basically, but everyone was so like, yeah, and so I think that's probably a good indicator as to
Sure.
what type of people they are, so yeah.
Fun loving.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Mhm.
Yeah. The
Um,
kinds who would trick me into drinking vodka when I was
Yes.
22.
Like
I
that
think
person's
it
a jug-
was-
whoever that
I-
was. It's
I
probably a
feel
juggalo
like
now.
it was like
Raul.
No, I'm not a juggalo.
I was gonna say though, it does make me so mad that all of those fucking intolerable parents who were like, talking about Marilyn Manson and how like everybody who
Yeah.
listened to him were Satan worshipers and stuff. Like, oh, the fact that they get to be smug about how awful he was. Like, why did he have to prove them right? Like, why?
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's I mean, but just listening to his music didn't make you evil. So they were
I
still
know,
wrong
but-
in that regard. But I know what you mean. It's like, can't you just chill out?
Yeah, just go chill out a
Just
little
be
bit.
chill.
Yeah. We lost another good one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there are no good white men out there.
Mm-mm.
Count us down. It's just Paul Rudd now. Hold it down for us.
That's true. He better not do anything
Yeah.
unless he cheats on his wife with me, and then that's fine.
That's the only acceptable thing.
Yes. Okay, should we read some reviews?
Yes.
I guess.
Okay. So this is a review for organic tampons. I think I might have read a review for organic tampons before, but it's a big thing that people are like into now because nobody wants to put non-organic cotton in your hoo-ha. So
Well, you say hoo-ha. It's interesting. All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to keep it PG for all the kids.
Okay.
So this is a 5-star review, and it says, just try them. And it says, I'm surprised by other reviews. I've been using these for a few months now and have had no issues. I really like them. My daughter likes to take and play with / open them. The applicator will come apart, and even then I can put it back together and use it just fine. I think every woman has a different body / different fit / different flow, and I guess these don't work for some. Mine is normally not overly heavy. In the beginning, I use super / regular and have no leakage issues. I just think it's very weird that she lets her kid take them apart, play with them, and then she puts it back into her vagina. Like, I don't understand. Yes, her hoo-ha. And that's like part of her 5-star review is like, my kid loves to play with these.
Great
They're awesome
toy.
toys. Yeah.
It's so like, what? Why even buy an organic tampon if you're concerned about what's going into your vagina if you're going to let your gross kid play with it and then put it in your vagina?
Yeah, they're probably filled with
Yeah.
bacteria after like
Oh.
playing outside and
You
shit.
kidding me? A child's hands, dirtiest thing on the planet.
And then it's like
Yeah.
you're putting your child's hands in your vagina. That's disgusting.
It is an unpleasant thought to A to B, like what's actually happening to the tampons. And where are you keeping them that your kid can like access them and take them out? Like, aren't they normally in a bathroom or something? Or
Yeah.
maybe your purse? Like, why
It's
is it
I don't
in
know.
your kid's crib? Is that where you're keeping them?
They shouldn't let children play with those because if they swallowed a tampon, let me tell you, you're going to have to take them to the ER like my dog, and they're going to have to induce vomiting, and it's very dangerous. So,
Yeah, you can't be swallowing cotton. That's not safe.
well, except for these might be okay because all of the reviews are how they're not absorbent at all. And
Oh,
then
okay.
the blood just basically falls out all around them. So I think they might be okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they don't actually
So-
work. But
Yeah,
that's a
overall,
plus in case
good
you
for
eat them.
eating, bad for what the actual purpose is.
Yes. Well, but I mean, this lady is like, I guess I just don't really have that heavy of a period, and my kid loves to play with them.
It did seem a little bit to me like she was kind of bragging about how light her period is.
Yeah.
They're like, I guess I'm not like you other women with your filthy vaginas.
And no, you
bleeding
know
a
what?
ton.
Bad bitches have really thick uterine linings. All right. So
That's absolutely been my experience. It's 100% true.
yes,
The baddest bitches.
have the thickest uterine lining.
Yeah, once
And-
you know a woman has a thick uterine lining, then you know if she's hot. That's the
Yeah.
only way to actually find out. All right, well, I got another review here.
Okay.
This one is for the YouTube app for iPhone. The title is YouTube must remain impartial for all. Please remain impartial and nonpartisan. Let the people have their voice from both sides. The truth will set us all free. Some videos may be false and debatable, and some might be made for the purpose of telling or showing the truth. Let the viewers have their own free will to choose what to believe in or not. As human beings, maybe this is the way that we evolved to be better species, where everyone can share their thoughts and beliefs to everyone and let the world tell their opinions about it. The world has the power now, the power to reveal the facts and false narratives in the same platform, and let the world judge or comment about it. The makers of videos will also realize that if their video upload is not being appreciated / approved / supported by the rest of the world or by the whole world, just let people upload and let the rest of the world react to the videos. In this way, we as humans have an open dialogue and open discussion. Whether good or bad, the human race will be evolving through this way. 3 stars out of 5.
Okay.
Pretty deep stuff, if you ask me. I think this person's probably a professional philosopher, or just like a thinker, or like part of the intellectual dark web.
They sound
Definitely
really
not.
heady for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely not a sheep, you know?
No.
Definitely not part of the sheeple.
Is YouTube just straight up removing fake videos? Is that what they're doing?
Probably not that many. I mean, I think they started cracking down on anti-vax stuff a little bit, but if I had to guess, I would bet that they are not being super responsible still, because they don't give a shit about that. Google doesn't care.
Do you think that they should remove? I mean,
Yes.
I think that they should just be like, this video is false, or like, but I mean,
Right.
It's not a news source. Like, the point of the platform is for people to upload their videos, and I think people should be able to watch whatever the fuck they want. And maybe the responsible thing to do is just like, hey, this has information that isn't factual.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if you start flagging stuff like that, it's difficult to sort of draw the line as to like what else you flag. But they have a responsibility to remove things that are specifically damaging and dangerous, like people saying that the vaccine is like genocide. That's probably shouldn't be able to say that, because they're a public company. Like, they can do whatever
They can do
want.
whatever they want. Yeah.
The real problem with YouTube is their algorithm. Like it takes you down these bizarre rabbit holes. You just look up a video about video games, and then 6 weeks later you're a Nazi. So
Yeah. Did you listen to the Rabbit Hole podcast?
no, you recommended that to me, but I have not listened to it yet. But that is like, I mean, that's a very well-established thing. It's like you look up something that's very normal and popular, and the algorithm leads you into these bizarre directions that have very weird politics that are outside the mainstream, and that's bad.
You know what we should do? We should have an experiment where we all start watching a video and then watch every like suggested video after that, and then like 4 weeks later see if our personalities have changed.
Okay,
I do like
we
that.
have to
Like,
create
next
new...
time we sign on, and then Jake just has clown makeup, so he just became a juggalo by the end, as he was always destined to be.
It sounds like it.
I could have. I mean, I just haven't watched enough YouTube videos to fully embrace my juggalo-ness.
Yeah.
But this could be the solution to that problem.
That would be a good place to start. I feel like an ICP video and then suggested videos after that, because I feel like it'll take you in a really weird direction.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll make a new YouTube account. I'll only use it on incognito mode, and I'll look up whatever that song was where they talk about magnets. I think it's called Miracles. I'm pretty sure. I'll look up the video to that, and then I'll just let the recommendations go where they lead.
I'll start with Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
And Raul, what are you starting with?
I know. What's another one we could try?
Minecraft.
Is that like
Minecraft? Oh my god.
Is that a famous rabbit hole starting point?
I mean, that's like one of the most popular things on YouTube. Is Minecraft videos.
Because I could see your guys' like how that could,
right. But the point is, it's totally innocent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like the guy in Rabbit Hole, he was like not super political, but kind of leaning left. And then he was a radicalized right-winger, like Nazi anti-feminist, like, and then now he's like, I don't know how that happened. So I think it could happen to any of us, and let's see which it is.
Especially Raul.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Raul, you got a review?
Yes. Speaking of anti-feminism, so this is a review for Marvel's show What If, specifically for the Captain Carter episode.
Oh
And
God, I don't even want to hear this dumbass.
So for those of you who don't watch the show, basically, like a female protagonist turns into Captain America. All right. So the review is 1 star. Says, how do I convey this review without sounding misogynistic? Well, this first episode is exactly what feeds into the deteriorating of male masculinity. I don't like how they wrote Carter. Rogers, even with the serum, respected the ranking officers even with all this power. They made her invincible looking and the size of an MMA fighter. She bunny hopped over a motorcycle 40 feet in the air and kicked it in the tower. What? Didn't know this was Captain Hulk. This episode is garbage, poorly written, and bad characterization. Because all they can think about is how women were oppressed in the 40s, and they make that blatant. This kind of material is exactly what I shield my kids from. This is the kind of woke garbage I'm specifically tired of seeing. I don't care if you want to make a woman Captain America, but make them different. Make them respectful and write them into the time period. Kids watching this, they don't and won't understand the military way of thinking or the social constructs of the time period. I hope this show improves, and I hope that they make a show and leave the woke behind.
It's a cartoon.
I mean, the fact that this person has children is so, like... I mean, I have no kids, and if I spent any amount of energy, A, being mad at a single episode of Marvel's What If, or B, writing a multi-paragraph review of it, taking it down, like, that would be pathetic. But the fact that raise your children, do that instead of write this review, you fucking weirdo.
Well, I was expecting a show to, like, to raise your kids and show them the morals that you want.
So they're not mad that it's a female superhero. They're mad that she isn't falling in line with how women really were in that time period.
Yes, it's partly that, and that's also that they made her super strong, I guess. Even though, if you remember, Steve Rogers was actually a tiny little dude before going into, the super serum chamber.
Yeah.
And now if you put a regular person, and he it turns out kind of like a buff regular dude. Now if you put a regular person, it's gonna make them even bigger.
Yeah, she was like banging,
Yeah, she was banging.
She was already like a secret agent, so she was in peak physical condition for a normal human.
Yeah,
and
then
she
imagine
gets
putting
the
her
super soldier serum.
She's like fucking, very strong. The point being,
and it was in line with that time period because all the guys were like, "You're a woman, you can't be doing this." So it's not like they just left that part, which is so fun. I don't even know why I'm even arguing this. And then they're saying that the kid won't understand the respectful militant way of thinking. Like, then fucking
the military. Yeah. That is so bizarre to me. It's like, you think it would be a better story if, like, the female Captain America was just fully in line with military orders? Is that what happened in the first Captain America movie? That's not, I don't remember it very well. So, but it seems like the way to create some tension is like to have your hero bucking the system a little bit.
Well, also this 20-minute cartoon episode of What If, even if she were respectful, isn't going to make me understand the rankings and the intricacies of how the military works. So I think it's fine. I don't think your kids are going to be corrupted and be like, I guess if I join the military, I can talk to them however the fuck I want. And Dad, I'm not going to call you sir anymore.
I feel like that is exactly what they think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So funny.
Did you ever have those friends where their dads made them call them sir?
No.
I think I probably
have.
did. Like I definitely have seen that before.
Yeah, my dad called his dad sir when they were kids, but they're from the South, so I think it's
Yeah.
more of a thing there than it is here in laid back Southern California, man. We're so chill. You can't
say
say
that
sir.
soon. You
Absolutely.
won't even be from here.
Well, I'll still be from here.
No, it erases all of it.
I'm in LA now, but I'm still from San Diego. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm from LA.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. You got in real Hollywood over the years.
Yeah.
Is that true? What are my Hollywood characteristics?
You were like, Hollywood is way better than San Diego. It's one thing. You started eating.
Okay.
You expanded your food taste.
You stopped eating
like,
meat.
Okay. Yeah.
You started eating.
I stopped eating meat 20 years before I moved here, just to get ready for it. But okay.
Just because it was a fad.
Yeah.
You like acai bowls now. You didn't before.
I guess that's true. I don't really associate acai bowls with LA, but they're very good.
Started drinking because you think it was cool.
I mean, I've been drinking for a while at this point, but okay.
You got a little dog.
That is true. I do. I have a Chihuahua now, so that is probably the most LA thing about me.
Yeah.
And the most effeminate thing about me, to be honest.
I feel like
extremely small dog.
She's really gonna like living in the Portland weather. That'll be nice for her. You can get her little sweaters with hoods.
Oh my god. I can't wait till we see Portland Jake, like how Portland influences Jake. You know, like just to see
me with a flannel.
Nah, dude, you're gonna.
I don't know.
The flannel.
What do you think Portland is?
I don't know. Well, I don't know, but I'm excited to see what it is.
Do you think it's going to be too much even for you? Because just it's too much for me sometimes. Like the level of like Caitlin will send me some posts and I'm just like, oh my God, like ads from realtors there that are like just so Portland. It's like, like Portlandia is not an exaggeration at all, all to how Portland is. And I just feel like it's a lot. Like it's a lot.
I saw online today somebody, you know those flags people have where it's like it's the American flag, but one of the white lines is blue and it says "Back the badge."
No, I've never seen that.
Okay, so people do that sometimes. Back the badge, to,
like
supporting police officers. Somebody in Portland had that same flag design, except the stripe on the flag was pink instead of blue, and it said "Back the vag."
Mm-hmm. And you, cool. Yeah, I mean,
I saw that and I'm like, can't wait to get to that city.
Yeah, I like there was this one for the realtor was like, I don't. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about it.
No.
Well, it was just all about how she's like, oh, I'm a realtor for the Portland area, but don't worry, like I work together. I know we're all on stolen land, but I work together with local tribes and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, you fucking don't. You're selling houses and you're profiting off of it and you're trying to make it. But that's how just like everything is there with like this extreme righteousness. And like, and I am on the left side, but dude, they are like on a whole other level where like it's too much.
It's pretty corny. That stuff. It's just it's pretty eye rolly, but
yeah.
I mean, it's not like LA doesn't have that.
I know, but like they're so intense about it where I feel like if you like accidentally said the wrong pronoun with the best of intentions, like they would like fucking run you out of town there, you know? So I'm excited to see how you do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have to move back in like 1 month based on how not woke I am.
We'll see. But I think they have a lot of like the opposite there too, right? I've not experienced it, but I've heard there's a lot of like.
Yeah, Oregon was originally it was like specifically a white state. So.
I mean, it still is I've only ever see white people when I go there.
Yeah, I mean, it's demographically very white, but initially black people were not allowed to settle in Portland.
Oh.
or in Oregon, I should say. But that was a long time ago. I'm sure everything's chill now. I think outside of Portland, probably there are a lot of like Proud Boy types, but
I think
I don't know how
that's
prevalent that is in the city.
I think that's what kind of annoys me about it, is that it's a place where it is like this percentage is probably wrong, but like 99% white people, and it's just like this whole like white savior self-righteous thing, and it's like, you guys are affluent white people, like chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
But
No,
I love
mean,
Portland. Like I would totally move there too. I really, really like it. I just think it's a lot. Like,
yeah, the cultural stuff can be draining. Yeah,
like I think I've mentioned this before, where like I performed comedy in Portland, and I don't feel that I'm particularly crass or have a political agenda behind
not
my
at all
comedy, and I remember getting off stage and someone being like, "Oh, dude, hey, good job, man. Like, oh, it's so nice to see someone who's like not really trying to be Portland safe, and just the fact that that's like
you have a joke about like
and category Portland safe is like, oh, okay, this is on another level, I guess.
Because you told the Mexican pizza joke, like I don't understand.
No.
None of your
I literally
like,
I literally got after you said that, I'm like, what in the world could they have thought that they're like, whoa, that is running the line, like I really don't know. And so yeah, so it's interesting to me that that's a thing.
Yeah, you should really lean into that. Just be like an extremely edgy comic for Portland. But you don't actually say anything political. It's just you call yourself Mexican instead of Latinx, and that's people are like, whoa, this guy's nuts. He's crazy.
Okay. So this is for a treatment center for teens. It's in LA. So for troubled teens. So it says, it's been over 1.5 years since I sent my daughter to Insight. I've given it some thought and I am ready to talk about what happened. It was so traumatic that it's taken me some time. I'm starting to think, because I read it once, and you know how sometimes I'll read them and then they're just like fucked up. Now I'm not sure.
And it just doesn't register with you for whatever reason.
Oh God, but it probably is. I'm sorry. Okay. I want to expose them. After 5 weeks, she was out of there. She had run away. When we first got there, we were promised that if she did run, they would be on top of it, that the owner would find her and has detectives at his fingertips. It had been a concern of mine and one of the deciding factors to choose this place, but he didn't. They did nothing. She was gone for 11 days, during which I could not reach the owner except once. He said, "Oh, she'll come back." He said he hadn't talked to his detective and that he hasn't talked to him in years and his number was disconnected. He said he had no way to help. They promised that by the time she was found by me or the cops or came back, that they would find a place to send her with more structure. That was part of the program, and we were told that would happen if she ran away from the beginning, and after she got out of structured treatment, she would come back to that place. They did not find her appropriate treatment. When she came back, they wouldn't let her back there because she was too high acuity to come back to them, and it took 2 weeks before they sent me a list of 3 treatment centers, during which I had at home a troubled teenager out of school with nowhere to go. And I worked full-time, a recipe for disaster. So unsafe and unacceptable situation, given that I paid $17,000 to completely abandon her, me, and us. They helped create this potentially dangerous, unsafe situation and did nothing to help. When they finally gave me referrals for treatment, there were 3, and one was an elementary school in Colorado. Not even treatment, and my daughter is 15 years old. It was like someone just grabbed 3 names of anything, anywhere, and sent it to me just to get rid of me. It was bizarre. I work in treatment, and I know that these are scam artists. The owner also tried to cause drama between me and my significant other, who had paid for my daughter to go there. When we went back to him to try and get some of the money back after this debacle, the owner tried to tell my now fiance that he was privy to some juicy information about me and was trying to make me look bad to him. This was shocking. We were adults, successful and mature, not high school kids. This was insane. We were then supposed to sign an agreement not to talk about what happened, and he would reimburse 1/3 of what we paid up front, but the check he sent bounced. If they happen to help anyone, that's great, and it's probably by accident more than anything. When my daughter was there were overdoses and kids being forced to leave the program for behavioral issues, even though their parents had paid in advance. It was sort of culty, desperate parents will be able to find some relief from simply having people to help in any capacity and having other parents to talk to. I get that and I empathize, but I beg of you, do not send your child here.
That was definitely pretty fucked up, but but very interesting.
Yeah. Well, I thought there were funny parts. So the funny part was the elementary school. Yeah. The elementary school thing when the kid is 15. And then him being like, oh, I know some information about your fiance. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah. Also, I wonder what the information was.
He doesn't know anything, Raul. He's lying.
You think so? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
he knows something.
it does sound like he's trying to blackmail. Like, because what would the 15-year-old daughter know about the mom that would like cause a rift? Would she know if the mom was like cheating on her or her husband or anything? I doubt it.
Well, the owner of the place was saying that to the husband.
Right, but to me, like the only way he could get that information would be from the daughter. Right? Unless because he doesn't have a detective, obviously.
Yeah, the number's been disconnected.
That part is very weird. Like they tell you up front, like, yeah, we have a private detective that helps us find kids who get lost or run away. And then your kid runs away and you're like, oh yeah, he changed his number. So sorry.
She'll be back to this treatment center she really hated. And it's been 11 days. Like that's
be fine.
Insanity.
Oh, okay.
But what do you do if you have a troubled teen? You know, how do you don't have them watch that episode of What If because they won't learn structure or how to respect adults.
Well, that's probably their issue is that they did watch that episode and then now they're just like, fuck you, mom, fucking, I don't respect any kind of hierarchy because, you know.
I'm going to go fight Hydra, mom. Take that. I'm going to defeat Red Skull. I don't care what you say. Kids are so bad these days.
I'm sorry for that long review.
No, it's very interesting though.
Okay.
I wonder. Yeah, I think that would be the move is to send them to this type of place, but then it turns out these type of places seem to be a fucking scam.
Yeah, the more I hear about them, like the one from Dr. Phil, where that Cash Me Outside girl was like, oh, they abused me. And then the Paris Hilton one where they literally kidnapped her in her room and like she was like traumatized. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think you should. I don't know.
Listen, Jake, you were a troubled teen. What turned you around?
It was Jesus.
Yeah, I dedicated my life to Christ, probably. Really. I don't know. I mean, first of all, I was not a troubled teen. I was very good. But any place that's asking 17 grand.
That was it. Yeah. And she didn't even pay for the whole year. I cut some of that out, but she was like, we just paid for like 3 months or something. But some parents had paid for the whole year and then they were out all of the money if they like didn't continue with it. So it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they tried before this, but I don't know. Start with therapy.
I was going to say maybe like ketamine therapy or something.
Yeah. Give them mushrooms.
Well,
have them connect with the universe.
There's a lot of research about how that's great.
Yeah, that's actually true.
My therapist or psychiatrist suggested ketamine therapy for me. So I might try it, but I'm scared that I'm going to disassociate and they get stuck in a disassociative state forever.
Does that happen to people? Or?
One of the symptoms or side effects is disassociation, but I don't think it's like, permanent, but that's the fear because I have a tendency to disassociate sober sometimes. So I'm a little worried about that part of it.
I don't know. It seems kind of cool. It's sort of like astral projecting, right?
Yeah. Which, maybe that would be better for my whole life to just sort of just be outside of my body the whole time a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Do you believe in astral projection, Jake?
What do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
If you had to guess, knowing what you know about me.
Yeah. We were having a conversation the other day where Raul was like so disagreeable towards me. But I was talking about how I do not believe in God, but nothing. But I was talking about, I don't even know how to word this, how it's so crazy how humans have always had exactly what we need in order to survive and adapt to our particular environment. And like thousands of years ago, we had like different things that helped us. It like, you know, we had different teeth that we don't need anymore. And like every single part of our body serves a purpose for something, and it evolves and continues to stay that way. And I was like, I don't believe in God, but nothing would make me believe in God more than that, because I think that is pretty crazy. And he was like, what the fuck are you even talking about? But and I wasn't saying I believed in God. I was just saying, like, I find that all very crazy.
Sounds like you believe in evolution.
But I don't,
Right.
and this is another thing, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. Like, I don't understand why God and science are separate. Like, that never made sense to me. Like, I'm like, if you believe in God, you can believe in science and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't think that like evolution is necessarily incompatible with believing in God.
Well,
You have to-
Raul does. He was like, that's what it
No,
is.
that's
It's
not-
evolution. I was like, well, clearly, yeah, but like, I'm just saying.
I mean,
What
I
my
think
point
evolution
was-
is sufficient to explain the phenomenon you're talking about, which
right.
is
And my point being that if anything, it's usually used as a counterpoint to God, you know. And so yeah. And that's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. I'm not saying that fucking that's, you know, stupid or whatever, you know, but
right. But you do think that believing in God is stupid, right?
oh, absolutely, but you know,
Yeah. Okay.
but that's
Alright.
not what I'm saying at the moment.
Well, now my ongoing thing is I like to say nothing makes me believe in God more than when, and then just random
Just literally
stuff.
anything. Jeez.
I forgot what it was.
Texted me a few
Oh,
more times.
yeah. Oh, well, because Raul could not get this can of canned asparagus open the other day. Like him and Stephanie tried several times with our electric can opener, with a handheld can opener. He tried a knife. And I was like, I was not at the house. And I was like, why are you eating canned asparagus? That's disgusting. And then I was like, nothing makes me believe in God more than when you cannot get the can of canned asparagus open, because I
Which-
feel like that's meant
Somebody's
to be.
looking out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you mention that you were able to open it?
Oh,
feel
yeah. I
like you
got
did.
home on my first try. I was like, I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Like, I
So
opened it.
that's, I feel,
Easy
to be fair,
peasy.
that's a way more like a sound argument as to your belief in God than the
That
again,
I
the evolution
opened
thing.
the canned
Yeah, because that
asparagus.
was, you know, because maybe you're just you've chosen and been rewarded for your faith.
That's
you
my
know.
witchery, and I want you to eat the gross asparagus,
Yeah,
which is
she's
still,
punishing you.
it's
for your
still in
That's
the,
what we got.
yeah, it looked disgusting. Like, I can't even explain.
What did you need canned asparagus for?
He's trying to eat
To eat-
vegetables.
Yeah, to eat asparagus. What do you mean? I was just
But like,
uh-huh.
that's just not. I would not eat asparagus canned personally. I mean, if I was gonna be a vegetable guy, which I'm not, you know, it seems like you just make a smoothie. You put some kale in there. You put maybe like
But not with your dinner, Jake, if you want
Yeah,
vegetables.
It was for dinner. You know, it was
I
like I was
see.
gonna do grilled chicken and then
Okay.
canned
asparagus. So kind of
Okay.
I don't cook, and so you know anything canned that I
Okay,
can have,
alright.
you know, it's just, it helps.
It just
because,
seems
you
like
know,
one
I'm
of
very
the
lazy.
weirder canned vegetables. Like, I didn't know they had canned asparagus.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, I'll eat canned green beans or canned corn,
Right.
maybe some canned beets or something.
I mean, I just literally was looking. I'm like, what vegetables do I like? I like asparagus. Here's this canned version of this. Sure, and
Well,
that's just all. You know.
I'm
Okay.
excited for you to try it now that it's
I
open.
mean, now it's been opened in the fridge for too long, so I feel like I might not get to it. But maybe next time I'll have you open.
So when Brittany got home and opened it, you didn't even stick
Well,
a fork
because
in and-
our other roommate Stephanie had already made dinner for us, and so she was
but
like,
you
"You
didn't
can have this
try a
instead."
single one.
I think because my initial reaction
Oh,
was like,
fuck.
what the fuck? This looks so weird. And
Yeah, that
then
was
he
an
looked at
appetizer.
it and was like, oh yeah, they look all shriveled up and small. I'm like, I don't do it.
Yeah, Jake, can you do our last review?
Sure. This is a review for the Facebook iPhone app
Why are they all just for the iPhone app?
because I was searching for them on my iPhone.
Okay.
You said okay, like that didn't really satisfy you as an answer, but I think it made a lot of sense. Anyway, the title is Facebook Page Unaccessible. I opened a meme that was sent to me with the name Dorian P. McRae on it. Since that day, I cannot access my Facebook page. Not even from the App Store. It's going on 3 weeks now since I've reported this issue, and the only thing that has changed is that the meme no longer opens for me. It's just a black screen now that won't open. I sent it to my nephew, and he said he didn't have any problems with it, nor any issues. No problems, nor issues. Pretty good. Just me. It was meant for me because it's not the first time some similar happened. I get all kinds of weird things that's sent to me by weird people. I blocked quite a few, and I suspect it might be one of the people who sent it to me and somehow managed to prevent me from accessing my page. I can through the internet browser only. So memes that are sent to my inbox that you have to open on Facebook, I can't. Please, can someone help me? And that review is 5 stars.
I think Facebook should really have like a driver's license type of test that you have to be able to pass, like for how to use Facebook before you're allowed to have a Facebook profile.
Some basic computer literacy before you can open one. First of all, there is an exclamation mark after every single sentence.
Well, I wish you would have read it that way. Normally you do, and I can.
I feel like I did.
Oh, okay.
Was I not being emphatic enough?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You were just very impressed she wrote nor properly, I think.
I'm a little impressed by that, but it is funny to me that she's like, he didn't have any problems nor any issues. You would think, well, he doesn't have any problems, but surely he has some issues. No. No problems, nor issues.
It's
Pretty
like
good.
reminds me of like several aunts that I have who will like tag you in stuff that have nothing to do with you, or like they will repost everything that you post and share it because they just don't know what, like, I've seen Facebook ruin a lot of lives.
Yeah, my I may have mentioned this on the pod before. My grandpa, who R.I.P. recently passed, he would anytime he logged onto Facebook on a new device, he would make a new profile photo because he didn't realize that you were supposed to just use one. So at one point he had, I think he probably has like 7 or 8 Facebook profiles, and he would just from time to time just send me a picture that he had lying around. It wasn't of me, it wasn't necessarily of him. It was just like, here's your second cousin, George. He lives in Alabama. I'm like, cool. And I would respond, saying like, oh, it's a great picture. How well do you know him? And because he had so many different Facebook profiles, it would take him months to see that particular message. So sometimes he'd get mad that like I hadn't responded. It's like, I responded. You just checked. You probably sent that to me on your Android and then checked on your iPad or checked on your desktop. So you didn't see where I responded. So it was getting me in trouble. But yeah, it was that was fun.
That's like a very good way to haunt you too. Like you're just always gonna see, like it's gonna be like, oh, his birthday, and it's like 7 different profile reminders of him and stuff.
Yeah, he's got 7 individual alerts.
Does he have that many email addresses? Don't you need a new email address for each profile? And he would remember the username and passwords to each.
No, he would log in one time and never log out.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he had a bunch of emails. He might have just used fake.
Maybe he just would make a new one every time too.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Like
Probably.
New email, new fucking everything. I wonder, like, how far in the future do you think we'll be like that with whatever's new? You know, some fucking probably some virtual reality shit, and we're just like, oh, I don't know how to work this. I don't know how to fucking do this shit or whatever.
I'm borderline like that. Like I just don't. I just don't use new stuff. I'm not going to let myself be that person.
You don't use new stuff. What kind of what's
Well, I'm sure
something
she
that's
means, like,
new?
let's say TikTok. Do you
Yeah, I
use
don't
TikTok,
have-
Jake?
No, of course not.
Well,
But
that
it's-
could be considered as, especially like for like our generation, like new-ish enough. It's still social media, but it's still like, it just feels like it's not really meant for us.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a little bit different because it's like that is a social network for children. I don't feel like there would be technical hurdles to overcome to using TikTok. I feel like if I signed up for it, it would be pretty smooth sailing.
Let's see.
Okay. I mean, I would never post anything, so that would be pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, you can
But-
do it for the podcast page because we need a Zero Effect
Yeah,
on TikTok.
we might actually have to do that.
Their videos go viral based on algorithms that they have. I guess it's very easy. It's what I've heard.
It's not easy,
See,
but
I
if
don't
you-
know.
If
Even-
you post enough, that they will literally just throw you a bone, and so that you become addicted and chase that dragon again. And
That's
so, yeah,
perfect. That's
yeah.
great.
So.
See, okay, even with Facebook, Raul wanted me to subscribe to or follow like all of these different comedy groups with our Zero If I Could page, and I kept accidentally doing it with my own profile. So I'm already like that.
You're Jake's grandpa.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
I was like, I don't understand. I keep switching to our profile and it kept happening. And now my personal one gets all of these updates from like funny memes page and stuff. They are funny. There's some good ones.
Oh,
They are funny.
Glad you
Funny memes page actually has funny memes. I would
Mhm.
actually not expect the memes to be very good from a group like that.
Yeah. Some
I
of
would
them are.
expect a minion talking about how much they like coffee.
You love Minions though, so you would really like that.
I don't love the minions.
no, you
I-
specifically have told us that your
Yeah, of
favorite
course I
meme of all time is Minion memes.
Yeah, you like I don't even think I'm trying to be funny. Like, don't
I
you
definitely
actually like
have said that,
Okay.
but the reason that I enjoy minions is because they are the worst fucking memes on the internet, and it's exclusively made by old people that do not have any conception of how memes work. So it'll just be a picture of a minion and then some insane text about how America was different when you could spank your kids or whatever. Like that's
Yeah.
and that is much funnier to me than most good memes or whatever.
Yeah. Well, just because you ironically like something, you actually like it, you know?
I guess so.
It's
Okay.
like when I used to say Audi 2000 a lot, I was kidding. And
But
then
then
I was
eventually
like, no, I'm
stopped.
saying Audi 2000 way too much.
Yeah.
And I think I mean it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I love the minions then.
Mhm.
I'll send you guys a couple of memes after the show.
I would love to see that. They have a whole Minion part of Universal Studios. So before you move out of LA, you should probably check that out.
Can't wait for that. Can you see this?
No, read it. to
Well,
us.
your
Yeah, I
phone,
see
your
them in- yeah,
blurry
phone's blurry.
screen, your
Read it
blur
to us.
thing is on.
Okay, so it's a picture of
also
one of
this
the
is a-
minions. I don't know who this is. I don't know if they have different names, but
Read it in a Minion voice.
Well, they don't.
Yeah,
don't
they
have-
I don't know
do.
what
They're
they're-
like,
I mean, they talk, but they don't. They
don't
it's not
have-
the English language. It's a mixture of all languages.
but they kind of say,
plus I want this to really land with impact. There's a lot
Okay.
of gravitas you need for this.
okay.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is not think, not wonder, not imagine, not obsess. Just breathe and have faith that everything will work out for the best.
and it's just it's just
And
a
it's
picture
just
of that
that guy.
guy's meme, or yeah, a minion that has one eye.
That's that guy.
Whatever the fuck.
I
his
guess
name
he's
is.
saying it. I don't.
Yeah, it just has nothing to do with Minions or Despicable Me or anything. It's just
It did
here's,
make
here's
me
another
take.
one.
Okay. I
You
see
might be
God in there. Faith is something.
oh, this one's for you,
Faith?
Brittany.
Faith is trusting God even when you don't understand His plan. Amen. Amen is part of it. I
Oh,
just
wait,
wanted
which
to realize.
minion is it? Is it the same one?
This one has two eyes. So it's
Okay.
different
Oh, okay,
guy.
someone else. Okay.
Oh, do they explain why some have one and some have two?
Not within the memes, which is the only way I'm familiar with them. So you know what? I don't want to know. I like the mystery.
All right.
We
should
done
probably
here?
wrap up. Yeah, I think we are wrapping up. Make sure to Follow us on Instagram at Zero If I Could Podcast. Also, as well on Facebook. You can follow me personally at Raul the Comedy. Brittany, where can they find you?
At Bitchney H.
Jake, where can they find you?
Well, I'm still looking for a new sort of catchphrase to say. I wouldn't.
You
call it
had so
catchphrase.
much time to think about it.
Yeah, but I specifically said that I wanted a listener input on it, and I haven't gotten that. I don't know if people have responded on Instagram, which I do not interact with. So I'm still waiting to come up with something, because one time one guy said what the thing that I say on a podcast several years ago, probably the podcast actually happened, but
Maybe you could say keep it crunchy.
that's
Try it out.
fun.
Try it out.
Okay, throw to me again.
Okay, hold on. Jake, where can they find you?
Keep it crunchy. I don't know if that
All
really
right, that has been come
Because-
on.
context. Wait, no. Go ahead.
Well, it's because it's Pete Holmes says keep it crispy. So
Yeah, no, I know I knew it was a satire of
Okay.
Pete Holmes, but I don't know if that works as a response to where can people find you online.
keep it crunchy.
Maybe I'll just have to throw it out to you in a different context. We'll see.
Yeah. Just
All right.
Hey, Jake, any parting thoughts? Keep it crunchy.
Maybe you should just have a new. Let's do this. Well, you should have a new line every episode, like a new, end it with a new catchphrase.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That has been our episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, and goodbye.
Audi 2000.
Oh.
Bazinga.
I'd give you